For 1967, the Impala was redesigned with enhanced Coke bottle styling. Impala Sport Coupes had a graceful fastback roofline, which flowed in an unbroken line into the rear deck. The SS version had a 385 horsepower 427 cubic inch turbojet V8. This AMT kit, part number 981M12, is in 1/25th scale and contains 96 parts. Let's start by washing and laying out the parts for assembly. The body was sanded to remove imperfections and the panel lines enhanced by scribing them. Tamiya Fine Surface Gray Primer was used on the body and chassis parts. Testors Extreme Lacquer in Mystic Emerald was used for the color coat. The engine parts were laid out for assembly. The detailed 427 engine block was assembled first. Bare metal foil was used to simulate chrome valve covers and the air filter housing. The assembled engine was painted Chevy red with aluminum pulleys and steel exhaust headers. A pre-wired distributor from Gopher Racing provided realistic ignition wires. Starting on the suspension, the upper control arms, springs, and stabilizer bar are installed. Clean all paint from attachment points for better results. The lower control arms, along with the steering knuckles, are placed next. Here is the complete front suspension assembly. For the rear suspension, install the lower trailing arms and springs first. Then place the front trailing arms to the differential, and install the cover. The differential fits into the lower control arms. There you can align the wheel spacing and centering. Then the front control arms fit into the frame. Not as easy as it looks. The panhard bar is attached to the differential and the frame. The shocks complete the rear suspension assembly. The interior was painted a cream color with a tan accent, then detailed with window handles, gauges, and chrome accents. Carpet texture was simulated by using micropore tape painted with Tamiya Desert Tan. The door cards and dashboard were assembled to the interior floor, along with the steering wheel and seats. The interior is now complete and ready for installation. I think it turned out nice. The completed engine is now mated to the chassis, along with the interior assembly. The dual exhaust complements the chassis build. The wheels were the weakest part of this kit. They looked toy-like, even with detailing. Should have used aftermarket wheels on this one. Make sure to pay close attention to the front and rear wheel inner assemblies. This will make a difference when attaching them to the chassis, as the front axle is a different diameter than the rear axle. Once the paint and clear coat cured, imperfections were wet sanded out of the finish. Next, Maguire's compound was used to remove the scratches, then polished using their Gold Plus Carnauba wax. Bare metal foil was applied to the window, door, rocker panels, and wheel wells. The headliner was painted before installing glass. The windows, wipers, and rearview mirror are put in place, and the wheel wells painted. The chassis and interior assemblies are placed into the body. Put the rear of the chassis in first as it sits under the bumper, and press the front into the pins located by the front control arms. A dab of glue will secure it all. With the chassis in place, the hoses, air cleaner, and master cylinder can be installed to complete the engine compartment. The front grille can now be installed, as well as the hood. If you noticed the difference in color of the hood, it had to be repainted after being damaged during clear coat. A new can was purchased, but for reasons unknown it did not match the previous can. The last thing to add are the mirrors. I pre-drilled a hole and added a piece of styrene pin to set them in place. With that, the 1967 Chevrolet Impala SS is complete.
I'm sorry, but we closed for the holiday. We'll be back Monday. Thank you.